And here we are. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday and welcome live on the Magic Plan channel. So, today we have our monthly getting started with Magic Plan. So, if you're new or you just started using the app for fun or for work, it doesn't matter. We will see together how it works and we will, let's say, have a look at the main features. So to get familiar with the app, I would say. As you guys know, if you already joined us in any other live session, please feel free to write down all your comments, all your thoughts in the comment section. I will keep an eye on it and I can answer you while we are live. If you're watching the replay, then later you can also write your comments under this video, of course. Okay, I think that we already left some time to join us, so I can slowly start sharing my screen, I would say. Okay, let's do like this. I'm still here. You will see me at the bottom of your screen. So what you see here is the main page of your app, right? So once you created some project, the app will look like this and you will have the list of all your projects. Maybe something that we do not point out that much while we do live videos, but maybe it's important to know is that if you tap on the three dots near each project, you have some interesting options. You can mark your project as favorite, and if you take a look at it, you will see that's like a disclaimer saying make available offline, which means that if you're somewhere working on that project and you're not sure, or you know that you will have no connection, then you will be able to keep working on that project and the editings will be saved once you're back online later. So if I would mark this project as favorite or as one of my favorite projects, it will be also listed here, as you can see. And if I have no connection, then I can keep working on it and everything is fine. It's just maybe also something for safety. So it could be interesting for you guys to know. Then if we have more workspaces, we could move our project in a different workspace. To create a workspace, you have to go in the Magic Plan Cloud, and there you can create other workspaces. And from here, you could move a project from one workspace to another. Let's have a look also to the last two options. You can also duplicate this project or any project that you want. This is a nice thing. For example, if you have to do some major changes and you want to make sure that you have a copy of the project that you're going to edit, maybe you can duplicate it and then you will have, let's say, a backup of the project. Okay. And you can also archive the project if you don't need it anymore, right? And then you will find it here in archived. If you then need it again, you can restore it, of course, still from the three dots. You can select recover and you're good to go. But then you can have more, let's say, cleanliness on your main page. Okay, perfect. Then I would say that we can also have a look at one more thing here. At the bottom, you will see also that you have other toggles. So you have the community. If you wanna maybe talk to other Magic Plan users, and maybe you have a question that someone from your same, let's say, sector for, I don't know, restoration, claims, whatever you do, maybe you can have an exchange of ideas with other Magic Plan users. Or if you have a question for us, you can also post it here. Then we have the Academy, which is something pretty new. We already have it since several months, but it's really interesting. You can have a look at it if you want. And under my account, you have all the details of course, your account. So if you go here, for example, under app preferences, you will be able to change the unit. This is a recurring question that you guys have sometimes. So here you can see measurement unit and you can change from metric to feet, inches, and use what you prefer. Okay, let me go back here. Maybe we could enter a project that I already have here to take a look at the structure of a floor plan inside magicplan, and then we can also have a look at different options to create rooms, etc. But it's more to give you a general overview so you're good to go and you know where to find also everything. Let's open this project here with some water damages so you can see that. Okay, now we are on the phone, so you will see that more, let's say, it's vertical. If you use it on your iPad or on any tablet, you will of course have a bigger view, but it will be structured the same. Okay, so you have the project info at the beginning. Here you will see that you have an address. Okay, now we don't want to change it, but you see you can also use Google Maps if you want. Then here you have forms in case you created a custom form in your magicplan cloud, then you applied it to the project level. You will see it here at the top, project level, and you can fill it in from here. If you have no forms, don't worry, it will be simply empty. Then you will have the statistics, which is also one of the recurring questions. Where do I find the square meters, square feet, etc.? They're all listed here. If you tap on see all, as I just did now, you see that you have the summary, floors, rooms, doors, windows, etc., and all the details. I don't want to close the app. Okay. Here, and you also have objects in case you added also object to your floor plan. Okay. Then let's go ahead with the first big block, which is floor plans. So if you want to create your floor plan, I cannot say it too many times. If you want to create your floor plan, you will start from here, right? You see the plus, then from that toggle, you can add as many floors as you want, 50 plus floors, and you can add your rooms. We will see in one sec how it works. I will open a new project for that, but that so that you see the structure, right? So you have that here. If you don't want to create a floor plan, you can leave this space here. It looks like my video is, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the video up to date. I see that it looks stuck. Let me check. Give me one sec. Maybe let me add my screen. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me remove and add my screen again because it looks stuck. Okay, no worries. Then let's do one thing. Give me one sec. It can happen. So let me check if it's interesting. Okay, let me reshare my screen. It can happen. It doesn't depend on me, but let's redo that. Okay, so let me see. Now it looks fine. It's moving. Who can say yes? Okay, it's coming. Give me one sec. Okay, so share my screen. There it is. Hopefully it's moving. I don't know why it was completely frozen. Okay, perfect. So I go through the things that I just saw with you guys, but I was the only one seeing them apparently. So here we have the project info. So here you can change the address. Here you have the custom forms if you created some custom forms in the magicplan cloud. Then we have here statistics. So I will reopen this tab. Here we go. So you can see all the details for your ground surface with walls, without walls, etc. Just take a look after you create your first project and you can see how it's organized, right? Then we have the next section here, floor plans. This is the one that I was saying as I noticed that my video was stuck. Where you create your floors. So you tap on the plus and you can create 50 plus floors and you add all your rooms and you're good to go. So you will have all the floors listed here. And Then we also have an important block, which is called photos, as you can see here. If you want to skip the first block, the floor plans, you can do that, and you simply start from the photos by tapping on the plus, and you can add all your documents and take photos, and you can also take or record videos with the newest update. There will be a video dedicated to that, so don't worry, there will be an explanation in some hours. And here you will see all your photos and videos listed. Then we have the file section. So here, if you generate a PDF or an image file, whatever kind of file you generate of your project, they will all be listed here. It's pretty straightforward, right? And down here, you can see who created the project. If you want to share it, you can share it from, you can download it or share it from here, and also from the bottom page of your project. Okay, got it. I hope you guys saw the part where I was explaining the archive, favorite, etc. But that part is basically everything that you find under the three dots of every project. I'm sorry if the screen was stuck, but basically this is where you find favorite, where you can move the project, and you can duplicate or archive it. Okay, perfect. Okay, I would say that we saw a bit how is it structured here on the main page, the account settings, etc., and how the project is set up. We should maybe create a little project together so we can see how it works. Then we start here with a new project with the plus. And if I would like to start with photos, you see that now everything is empty, of course. So we could start with the photo section. We can say, okay, I'm not sure, or I don't need a floor plan. I start by taking a picture. So I could say, okay, I tap on the plus. I say camera. We allow the camera. Here we go. And we can take a picture, let's say just here. Okay, we go on next, and here you can see that you have your picture. If you want, you can edit your picture right away. At the bottom you see that you have the option for the editing. So you could say, okay, I would like to mark up my picture, and you can say, I don't know, take a look at this window. You can add elements so that you can indicate important things in your picture, or you can, let's say, maybe you can also hide stuff if you have, for example, a person which is visible in your photo, and for privacy reasons, of course, you don't want to show the face of that person. You could blur a part. You could do like this and say, okay, this part doesn't need to be visible. You simply blur it. And if you're happy, you already did all your editings, you simply tap on done, and the photo will be saved. We save it, save all, and voila. If you're on site and you want to edit your pictures afterward, you can also do that. It's absolutely fine. You simply take your picture. Let's take another random picture here. Okay, we go to next. Okay, I just save it as it is. So you see that no editings have been done. If I want to do that, I can also do that later. So I can select my photo, and here I see the toggle called edit, and I can then go ahead and edit my picture as we did for the first one right away. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's absolutely up to you. If you have questions, guys, please let me know. Just write it down in the comments, okay? Otherwise, I go ahead. Okay, perfect. Then in the file section, we have nothing at the moment because we didn't export anything. Let's create something in the floor plan part so we can add some rooms. For example, we can say, okay, let's create a first floor. Perfect. Then I can tap on insert room. Now, maybe you guys will notice that the LiDAR auto scan is not appearing at the top, but it's nice to see because this is not a pro device. It's a regular iPhone, so you will not see the first option, but you can also use the manual scan. Now, I'm not scanning anything because we will have a separate session for that where we see all the options for the LiDAR scan, manual scan, and so on. I will start with the option add a square room. So we can add, for example, a kitchen. So here you see you have a regular squared room. You can edit it, but maybe let's add 2-3 rooms and then we assemble them together. Let's insert another room and let's say, okay, let's do another one with add a square room, and we take the bathroom. There we go. You see that I don't need to exit the room to add another one. I simply go ahead and add more rooms. So I can tap again on insert room. This time I would like to use the define corner feature, and I will add a bedroom. Okay. Now I zoom out a bit so I can see where my rooms are, and I will create a bedroom like this. Don't worry about the size. It's made on purpose. Okay, perfect. Now we have the kitchen. We can assemble these 3 rooms. So I tap on edit layout. I move the kitchen here. And then I have the bathroom. I move it here. I wanted to put it here. You see the green dots or the green lines? They help me position the room, right? Voila. Okay, this bedroom is maybe too long. We can also make it a bit smaller. So you see that we can really be flexible and edit all our rooms as we need. So here we can say also, okay, let me add a corner here. Okay, and I pull in this part. And I will also do one more thing here. I will add another corner because I want to do one thing in 1 sec. Not yet. Okay, here we have it like this. Let me take a look. Okay, let's leave it like this for now. Now, you see that it's a bit weird, so you think, okay, this is a weird apartment, because we can always edit our rooms and change the size and move the walls around, etc. So now, for example, I could take the bedroom and say, yeah, no one needs a bedroom like this, so we can tap here and we split the room from the bottom. You see in the bottom menu, zack, and we splitted it. Now, this is not a bedroom because you see the name is still the same. So I swipe up and I change the room type. So this is a living room. Okay. But since this is a teeny tiny living room and this is like, okay, a small kitchen, maybe we can put them together and have a bigger room. So we tap again on edit layout and let me, okay, disappear. There was the disclaimer. Okay, so here you can see we selected the kitchen and we can merge the rooms. Let's say, okay, with the living room, voila, and we have a bigger kitchen. This is not only a kitchen, it's a kitchen and living room, so we could also rename it. So instead of changing the room type will be one. So you can select kitchen or living room if you merge them and create one single room. So we can call it kitchen and living room. Okay, save. Got it. If you want, you can also add some room color. Let's do it like this. Okay. And we go back here. I just exited the entire floor plan. Okay, got it. So we have kitchen and living room, bedroom, bathroom. Okay, let's insert something outside, perhaps. Let's do insert room, define corners. Let me look for something. Let's say that we have a deck there. So we can add a deck like this. So as you can see, you can create the rooms independently and then assemble them, or you create them, you start assembling them, you can add other rooms directly attached to the other rooms that you previously created. It's up to you, right? You can be flexible what you prefer. I personally prefer to create the rooms together so that I know that the measurements are correct, but it's just my taste, okay? So feel free to play around and find your way to create your floor plan. Okay, now we have some space here. Why do we have some space here? Because we can fill it in. So we can tap on Insert Room. We select the option called Insert a Filler, and here we select first the filler room because I want to show you this first option. I will select the hallway, okay? And I position this colored arrow here, not the old project here. Voila. Now, if you say, because this was a question that some of you guys asked me this week, if you say the room that I filled in is not correct, you can reshape it and resize it. Don't worry about that, okay? The app calculates the space that you have left and fills it in. But if it's wrong, you simply enter the room and you resize it, okay? Let's say that it is something like this, okay? Perfect. Now, you see that we also have a space down here. That's because we can use the other option called filler wall. Let's tap on Insert Room. Again, the last option, Insert a Filler. And we select the filler wall. As simple as that. We simply move the arrow around as we did before. We let it go and voila, the room of, or the space of the wall has been filled in. We can also change the color. I know that you guys normally prefer to have it in black. I understand that. It's fine. It looks nice. Voila. So you see that there is a space filled in with walls, but it's not a room. It's just a space dedicated to walls, for example, for the pipes, since we have the bathroom and the kitchen there. Okay, now we could also say, but you know what? Now the kitchen and living room are bigger. So we could have, as an example, a door. So let's insert an object, look for the door, and we will add a simple hinge door here. So we have enough space. I rotate it a bit. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Okay. For our door here, why do we need to sacrifice the space of the bathroom here? Right? So you can see here. So what you have to do if you want to use this space for the bathroom is to first pull in the wall of the hallway and then pull out the wall of the bathroom. So you have the space that has been filled in correctly, okay? If you just pull out the wall of the bathroom, I'm gonna show you what happens. You could try, you do, okay, like this. Then you exit and you see that you have dotted lines. And as I always say, I know that a lot of you always watch also the recorded videos, so you know, but if you see dotted lines on your project, something is wrong, okay? Because something is overlapping. So you can then go into the hallway. If you see those dotted lines, for example, here, we take the other wall, we pull it in until we meet, let's say, the wall of the bathroom. We exit, and voila, you see that now it's perfect. So we have the walls that's correctly showing. We can also duplicate this door. Maybe I select the hallway and I select the door if it wants. Okay, I duplicate it and I can use it here for the bathroom. I duplicate it again and I can use it here as an exit here. Yes, like this. Then I duplicate it again and we can put it down here. And if we say, okay, but do you know one thing? We have a pretty big bedroom. Let's split it and create 2 rooms. We can also do that because we merged the kitchen and the living room. Now we could also leave this bedroom a bit, let's say create 2 bedrooms. So we select that and we split this room, as we did before, but we leave it as 2 bedrooms, and we do not change the room type as we did with the first half of the bedroom before. Okay, perfect. We could add some objects if you guys want, and if we have no questions open for now, I just go ahead. Okay, otherwise you guys let me know. Perfect. Then let's add something here inside our bedroom, perhaps a beautiful, you know what, we can add a beautiful door, glass door perhaps here, so we can add from the objects a well, this is actually a deck, so a patio door would be for the patio actually. So let's add here a French door with some glasses opening on the maybe other side, so we rotate it. Okay, and let's see, if we want to use the same door on the other side, we can select the deck, because you can only duplicate objects inside the same room. Okay, so if I duplicate it from the deck, I can move it here, and I can also use it for the kitchen and living room. Okay, then we will add maybe a couple of windows. Insert object. Maybe an important note here. You see that you have all the objects from our library, right? If you think that you need more objects, but you do not find them here, you can see that here you have this edit. If you tap on it, you will see also the hidden folders, because I know that some of you maybe don't know sometimes. Here you can see the hidden folders. So you can say, but you know what? The office category could be useful for me. Then you add it, okay? You just tap, wait, I redo it. If you tap on the red, let's say dot with the minus, the category will be hidden. And if you want to edit, you simply tap here on the green plus and you tap on done. So you will see that the office is here. Okay, so you see that you have some, let's say, more specific objects for that category. Okay, as well for all the other hidden categories. Okay, then I don't remember in which room we are. Okay, we're in the bedroom. Surprise. So let's insert an object. Let's look for a window here, French window. Okay, now we want to add maybe the same window here. If you recently added some objects and you want to reuse them, they will be listed here. So I will take the same window. I don't have to open the folder again. I simply take it from here. Maybe I can add it also here inside the bathroom. Then we take a look at something more. And then we're almost at the end of our live already. So let's do like this. Then we can add another window here, and then we're done with the windows. Let's do like that. There it is. Okay, let's take a look in 3D just to see how it looks like now. We have no furniture inside, but anyway. Okay, so it looks pretty nice. I just added this door, which is a teeny tiny door because I splitted the other room, so I have to reshape it, but it's not a problem. And you see that, okay, we have here all our rooms. Okay, I go back to 2D. Let me reshape this door because it's a teeny tiny door. Okay, perfect. Now it's a regular door. Perfect. And we can also add a door here if we want. Okay, so we can maybe duplicate this one from the other side. Here, duplicate. Okay, we put it here and we rotate it like that. Okay, now let's take a look at one thing here. I go in the elevation view. You see that we have the window here, right? So we could also edit the wall objects inside this elevation view, but we can also have a better idea, as I always say, of how it will look like. So if we say, you know what, this window is too big, I want to, let's say, to have a window that starts a bit higher, we can just change here. For example, we could say, okay, it can be 0.5 in the height and distance to floor it's 1.5. Let's see how it looks like, if it's fine. Yes, okay. So we have a window which is a bit, let's say, smaller and a bit higher. So you see that you can also have a better idea of how it will be by editing your object here in the elevation view. Just remember to, as you can see here, tap or double tap on a specific wall if you want to see it in the elevation view. Okay, I go back to 2D. And let's add a couple of furniture just to have something so we can take a look again in 3D. And then if you guys have no questions, we're slowly closing this live session. Okay, let's add here something for our bedroom. Let's take a full-size bed. Okay, then we can add something here. You have to know that when I was planning this room that you see around me, I played around with the app for so many hours, placing objects, creating objects, and doing every kind of stuff to see if everything would fit in this room also. Okay. Let's put it like this. Let's imagine that this is a bedroom for guests. Okay, so we can pretend that this couch is opening as a regular bed. Okay, I just add something here. Maybe at some point we could do a live video just focusing on, I don't know, creating a specific type of rooms, but maybe you guys can let me know in the comment if it's something that could be interesting or maybe not. Maybe creating a kitchen and doing some different scenarios for a beautiful kitchen. Okay, let me just, okay, let's leave it like this for now, but it would be ideal more in another direction. Let me resize the couch a bit. Okay, let's do like this. Okay, maybe we can add a fridge. We can also take a look for an object here, right? So here you can see in the search bar, I will take here the search two-door refrigerator. Okay, I just position it here. And maybe one more thing for the bathroom. We can look for a sink. Okay, single sink. There we go. Zack. And okay, let's add one more object just to have something that populates our 3D view. Let's say here the square shower. Zack. I know that we could add so many elements to our project and one plant. Come on. Let me look for one plant. These are the elements that I try to not let die in my house. Okay, but I love plants. Okay, let's put them like this. Okay, let's have a look in 3D. And here we go. So you can see that it already starts to look as a professional floor plan. Now it was just for demo purposes, right? So if I would have to sell this apartment to do restoration works, etc., I would add more objects or do everything according to what I need. But so that every one of you have an idea, then you can see how it works. And as you can see, we were pretty quick in not even 30 minutes because we saw all the settings and so on of the app before. Okay, so I see that today we're quiet with the comments. So if no one has any doubts, we can slowly close this getting started session. If you guys have questions, you know, afterward, you can always contact us. I put you the email up here at support@magicplan.app. We're always happy to answer any doubts or questions or whatever you would like to ask. Okay, perfect. Then thank you so much for your time as usual. So as I always say, to conclude or to finish our videos, I wish you a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on the time zone where you are. Bye.